Hi friends, today we'll see how to load semi-structured data in Snowflake and how we can handle semi-structured data in Snowflake. I will explain with one example JSON file. So what is a JSON file data? So we already know JSON file is a semi-structured file. It can contain arrays and it can be a nested file, and it can contain both the combination of arrays and nested data, and it can contain millions of records. So let's see how a sample JSON file looks like. So if we see here, this is a pets data of people. Okay, so here I am just taking two records of Ravi and Lata. So here in this JSON file, it contains the name of the person, gender, his date of birth, and the pets he has, and his address information. Again, it is a nested information. If we see here, address is a nested information. It contains house number, city, state. Okay, and phone is also again a nested data set. It contains work number and mobile number. And if we see here pets, okay, this is array. So here it can contain any number of values inside the array, like dog, cat. Here it contains only two values, but if we see here, it contains three values: dog, rabbit, and mouse. So now it contains normal data like this: name, gender, date of birth. It contains array data like dog and cat, and it contains nested data like address and phone number. So this file is combination of all data: normal JSON data, nested data, and array data. Now let's see how to process and load this data into Snowflake. Okay. So the process of loading this JSON file into Snowflake is, first we have to create stage objects that points to JSON files in Azure or AWS cloud. Okay. Then we have to create a stage table to store the raw data, means the exact file data. Then we have to create the table. We have to create this table with a single variant column which contains all the content of that JSON file. Then we have to copy this data to the stage table by using simple copy command. Now, after copying the data into stage table, now we have to parse. So what we have to parse? We have to parse normal JSON normal JSON data, JSON with arrays, JSON with nested, and JSON with all these types of data. And finally we have to load this parser data into a table. Okay, so this is the process, and let's see practically how we can do this, how we can load this JSON file data into Snowflake. Okay, so first, before that, we have to load the this sample JSON file I have showed here into some cloud. Okay, so let me load that file. So this is my Azure account. Here I have created one container, and I am placing all my sample files here. So I will explain how to create a trial Azure account, and how we can create containers, how we can create storage integration objects, and how we can place some files here. Okay. Now I want to upload the file, the JSON file just now I have showed to this location. So just press upload button here, and it's here a window appears. Now just select the file. Okay. So here I have many files. I am uploading this pets data.json file. Okay. So if the file already exists, and if you want to modify, you can click this override the file if already exist. That file is not there here. Only there are three CSV files. Now I am uploading this JSON file to this container in Azure. So uploading is completed, and you can see here pets data.json file here. Okay. Now let's go to Snowflake and load this file to Snowflake. Okay. So this is a snow site. Actually, snow site is very good for all our worksheet work and for all dashboard kind of thing, and to view account level information, everything. Uh, just to start using snow site instead of legacy web UI version. Now I want to create a worksheet for our work. Okay. So here on the top right corner we have a button to create a new worksheet. So this is my new worksheet. Okay, and I can do all querying whatever I want here. But before doing that, if we want to switch to any other role, okay, like org admin or public or security admin, we can switch here. And the compute warehouse also we can switch if we want. I'm continuing with account admin for now, and the warehouse called jana underscore wh for now. Okay, and database and schema things we can select here. Here we have a drop down, right? Just drop down, create the database we are working on, and the schema name from here. Okay, so I'm continuing whatever is already there here. Okay, and so I have the queries handy. I have created this worksheet for to explain very easily. Okay, instead of typing, it takes so much time, right? So let me paste all the queries here. I'll go through one by one. Okay, it's simple, pretty simple. I can explain. Okay, so first we have to create uh, the schemas, right? Whatever the schemas we are using, and we have to create the file format objects, stage objects. Then we have to create the raw data table. So everything, all the steps here, I kept comments for each and every step. Okay, so here I am creating three kinds of schemas to maintain different types of objects. Suppose external stages schema. This stage, this schema contains the location of all the files. Okay, external location of all external stage files, and the stage table schema contains all the stage tables we are creating to store the raw data, and then integration table schema, it contains the final table, which where we are loading the final data after parsing the JSON file. So I had already created these schemas, so I am skipping this for now. And let's come to creating a file format object. So this is very important. So we can directly mention the type of file we are loading in the copy command, or instead we can create one file format object and reference this object in the copy command. So here I am creating a file format object with this name, and so if we don't give this type as JSON, by default it will take CSV. So I am mentioning the type as JSON because we want to load JSON file. Okay, so let me run this. So it's already there, but as I'm using create or replace, again it will be created. Okay, now we have to create a stage object. Okay, to store the raw data, right? No, which contains the location of the file where we placed in the Azure containers. Okay, so I am creating the stage object by using this command. Okay, so it's completed. Stage area stage underscore JSON successfully created. We can see this message here. Now if I want to list all the files, okay, under that stage location, we can just simply run this command list and the stage object name. So as I already mentioned, I have created this stage object under external stages schema. Okay, so just let's see what are all the files there in that stage location. So it contains some files, right? Four files. So the same four files are there in the Azure container, right? The same four files here you can see, and our pets data.json also here you can see. Okay. Okay. Now create a stage table to store the raw data. Now we have the location of the file and the file name also we have with the .json, and now we have to create a raw raw stage table that contains only one column. That field name I am giving as raw file, and the data type as variant. So what this will do, this variant can handle any type of data, integer, string, or a paragraph, anything it can handle. It can be a XML file or JSON file, Parquet file, everything it can store under the variant column. Okay, so let's create this stage table. Okay, so table pets data JSON raw successfully created. Okay, so this table is created now. Now we have to load the JSON file data as it is the file data into this stage table. Okay, so let's run this copy command. Here you can see the copy command syntax. Copy into the stage table name we have created from the stage we had created in the above step, and the file format object I am referencing the file format object I had created in the first step here, and the file name I am mentioning the file name exclusively here. So I want to load the pets data underscore pets data dot json. So if there are multiple files, if we want to load, we can mention the pattern also here. If there are some 2 3 files or hundreds of files also, we can just mention the pattern of files with .json, so that whenever we run this command, all the files will be loaded to this table. Okay, so let's do this. Let's run this command, copy command. Okay, so what it is saying, load it has loaded the file, and the number of rows parsed is 2 here. Here you can see number of rows parsed and number of rows loaded 2, because our file it contains two records, right? One record of Ravi and another record of Lata. Same two records has been loaded into this raw data file. Now I want to see this raw data from the table. So select star from the stage table just now we have loaded. So first time it takes some time. Later, because of results cache feature in Snowflake, it will be we can fetch data within seconds, within microseconds even. So here it is showing the two records here you can see. And if you want to see in the JSON structure, here you can see the records. The two records you can see. Now it is stored in variant column, right? Variant data type column. Now we have to extract all these fields from variant data type and load it into different fields. Like now we have to organize this, we have to load this data in rows and columns. Okay, now so the data is like this in the stage table just now we have loaded. Now I want to extract only this name column from this raw table. Okay, so for this, how to extract that only name from the raw table just now we have loaded. So the syntax is select raw file. This is the name we have given for that variant data type column. So select raw file colon we have to use to get any particular column from that stage table of variant type. Okay, and if we want to cast this to some data type like string or integer or date or whatever it is, we have to use double semicolon, then data type, as I am giving a new name for this. Okay, we can give new name or we can use as it is like this. Select raw file colon name as string, and I'm giving name this, and I'm just selecting this data here. Let's see how it looks like. So here it has given output only with name Ravi and Lata. Okay. So as I explained, our JSON file contains arrays of data and nested data. Now how to extract the arrays data and nested data we'll see in this example. Suppose how to extract the array data. Okay. So here in the file, as I showed earlier, here this is array data, and here there are two pet types, dog and cat. Let's see here. Okay, in the query i am uh, I am framing the query like this: select raw file colon name as the name, and raw file colon pets of 0. So we know, right? We have some idea of arrays. So we can call like with indexing pets of 0, pets of 1, like that. Okay. Now I'm selecting only the first value of the array with the pets of 0. Okay, and I'm giving a string as the data type for this and putting the name as pet. Okay, from the stage table which contains the variant data. Let's execute this. So as I'm giving only pets of 0, that means first value of each array. So for Ravi the first value is dog, for Lata again the first value is dog. So it is coming like this, the data is coming like this. Okay, so like by using this indexing we can fetch the data array, we can fetch the array data. Now suppose I don't here we have just two values in the array, and in the next record we have only three values. Now the general JSON files can contain million records. We don't know what is the maximum size of this array. Okay, so to get that we have some function called array size of raw file, and the array column we have is pets. So array size of raw file colon pets, it gives the array size for each and every record. But I want to know the maximum array size, right? So just I'm putting max of array size. Let's execute this. So here three we have, because in our file we have only two records, and the maximum of these two records is three of Lata record, right? So it has given me the output. Based on this, you can mention like pets of 0, pets of 1, pets of 2, like that, based on this maximum array size. Okay. Now coming to the nested data, how to extract the nested data. Okay, so here if we see the file, here there are two nested datas. One is address and another one is phone. Under address we have three fields again: house number, city, state. Again again under the phone we have two fields: work phone and mobile phone. Let's see how to extract this data. Okay, so for this it's simple, like general normal JSON data, just raw file colon name. Okay, I am just putting the name here in the first field. Then raw file colon address. So our main type is address right here. So I am referencing that. Okay, raw file colon address. Again I am putting a dot. So if you want to extract the nested data, you have to use dot symbol. Then house number. So if we see the file here, house number. Okay, so it's not a single value, it has two values separated by a space. So if you don't give double quotes here, you will get syntax error. Just to avoid that syntax error, I am just putting house number inside the double quotes. See, for the next columns, I'm not using double quotes. I'm just simply extracting by using dot address dot city, and I'm giving a string data type for all three fields. Okay, and putting a different field name here for the house number, like house underscore no, then city, then state. Now let's see how the extracted data will be. Now see here for the two records, Ravi and Lata, we got the house number, we got the city and state information. Like this, we can extract the nested data from the variant data type. Okay. Now let's see how to parse entire file. Okay. Because as I showed in the previous example, while extracting the array data, we got only one array type, right? One pet type, that is dog. Now there are many dogs. Okay, I want to display all the pet details of the people. Okay, so how to do that? Let's see. Here I am handling everything like array data, nested data, everything. Okay, so let's see how it looks like. First thing is select raw file colon name. So name, gender, date of birth. I am just extracting as it is and giving some name. Okay. So here date of birth is a date type. That's why I'm giving date type. Date of birth is a date, right? So I'm just giving date as data type for that. Okay. Now I'm extracting the pets data by using pets of 0. So I already told, right, there are three is the maximum array size. Okay, so I have to put three queries like this by using union all. Okay, so in the next statement I'll just put pets of 1. Okay, in the next statement I'll put pets of 2, like this. Okay, if we have uh, 10 10 values in the array, we have to put like and up to pets 0, from pets of 0 to pets of 9. Okay, like this we have to put union all for everything. Okay, again, so this is for pets, and the nested data I'm handling as I explained in the above example, raw file colon address dot house name, and I'm giving as the data type as string, and giving the house number as a field name, then city, then state. Again, we have one more nested data in phone. We have two types of phones, work phone and mobile phone. So I'm giving the number as a data type for this, and giving the field names like work phone and mobile phone, and I'm extracting like this. Okay, see here you can see this is normal JSON data, this is array data, and this is nested data. Okay, so from this database name dot schema name dot, that raw stage table we had created and loaded by using copy command. Again, the same query I am putting union null, and I am placing the same query with just pets of 1. Again, union null, just putting pets of 2. So this is one time query only. If there are 10 values, we have to just prepare one time query like this and run it, or we can automate of running this by using tasks feature in Snowflake. Okay, so let's see how the data looks like. Let me run the complete example. Okay, first let me run without this where class. Okay, so how many records we have to get? Let's see the file. Okay, for Ravi we should get two records, one with the pet dog and another with the pet cat. Like that, for Lata we should get three records with three pets. So total 2 plus 3 equals to 5 we should get. But if you see here, how many records are there? 6. Okay, because the max array size is 3, right? So it is fetching 3 records for Ravi also, even though there are only 2 pets. And for the third pet, it is loading null. But this is not the correct data. How to avoid this? Okay, So by simply putting simple where condition at the end. So where, so now I have this data set. On this data set, I am putting one filter where pets is not null. Okay. So now let me execute with the where condition here. So now let's see how many records are there. There are only 5 records and there is no null record here. Okay. So like this, we can extract any JSON data very easily. Okay. So in traditional databases, it's very difficult to process uh, this semi-structured data or unstructured data, and maybe we need to make use of ETL tools to do this. But in Snowflake, we can do this easily. Now, so our final requirement, what is our final requirement? We have to load this data into a table, right? The parse data into a table. So I'm putting simply one command, create table. I'm creating this table in the integration layer, integration tables, and I'm giving the table name as pets data. Select create table, okay, as, and whatever the query I have just now executed. Okay. So let's run this and create the table with the parsed data. Okay. Okay. So this table is already there, right? So let me do one thing. Let's put create or replace. So this table will be replaced. So here we can see the output table pets data successfully created. And let's see the data, how it looks like. Okay. Select star from pets data. See here you can see 5 records with the name, gender, date of birth, pets. So there are 2 pets for Ravi, right? So there are 2 records for Ravi, and for Lata there are 3 pets. So there are 3 records. And the house number, city, state, work phone, mobile phone. So we have passed all kind of data and loaded into the table. So this is very simple parsing of JSON data or Parquet data, whatever it is, whatever semi-structured data, we can easily parse and load in the Snowflake tables. Okay. So so the resources, how can you get the JSON file I used here, and how can you get the code executed? Just now I executed some code snippet, right? So you can get this from the comment section of this video. I am pasting the sample JSON file and the code snippet I have used in the comment section of this video. Okay. And if you have any requirement, if you want to do, if you want to perform any task, just in Snowflake, like if you have any requirement, okay, or if you have any doubts, just you can reach me on this email ID. And this is my YouTube channel. I'll be placing all my Snowflake videos in this channel. Please subscribe my channel and encourage me. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much.